Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Friday stream, not the Thursday stream. This is Friday. Let me change that. And today is the 22nd. So this stream is really just to answer any questions. I have a video uploading uh, talking about all the sales from today. Yeah, the morning was kind of crowded as far as stuff and things coming out. So I was like, I'll just release my stuff at night. And then everybody can either watch it or they'll be like, I already saw it. So, yeah. Let's see, though. Let me pop out my chat and everything. It's a Friday night. I'm not expecting millions and millions of people to be to be on right now, but at the same time, we're streaming anyway. You know, we can stream with 0 people watching because sometimes the stream is about more. All right. What's up, Meat Salad? What's up, Ryan? I don't even know if you can hear me. I hope you can. Let me know if my audio drops out. Let me pop out the chat. This is going to be a very chat-heavy thing. So right now, Ryan and Meat Salad, any questions you got? Let's go. This whole thing is going to be super chat-heavy. And let me get my chat popped out here. All right. All right. There's chat. Just got to get you put in over here. There we go. All right. It is IAE. What's up, Asmodi? So I got a whole video coming out right after this. That'll talk about all the ships I think you should buy. But I definitely have a few I can talk about now. So for me, I picked up an MSR. I picked up what was it? Yeah, an MSR, a Nova Tank, and a Genesis Starliner. But those are all like CCU chains that I'm trying to get to their final level. My A2 is almost there. Like one more CCU and then it's over. It's all over. And that I think will be 390. What the final price on it will be like 390 or something like that, which isn't too bad. So I think the Starliner is obviously it's going to be a bigger ship, but I think the Starliner's major benefit is going to be it's going to do more than just carry people. I think it's going to be like a low-key cargo ship. I think the amount of cargo it has is actually going to grow. I think it's going to do. I think its weapons are going to be better than the E1s. I think it'll have a secondary purpose or a third purpose that we're just not seeing yet. Like maybe it'll have beds on it, or it'll be more luxury than we anticipate, or yeah. So it really depends. Do you like large ships or not? But the Starliner and the E1 I think are both going to be great ships. I think I'm going to be a fan of both of them. What's up, Deadites? What's up, Citizen Ninja? Flashpoint. Hey, it was cool seeing you on Info Runners. Yep. I'll probably be on there a few more times. Info Runners it's really cool to be on Info Runners because I watched Info Runners for so long. Like I watched it. Um, I watched it. Whew, I think I started watching it in 2016 or 2017, one of those two. Yeah, I've been following it since 2016, but I didn't actually purchase my first ship till 2017. So I'm 8 years of following in and 7 years of uh, everything elsing. My vehicle logic is sound, you say? Well, I think, I think one of the things that I think is interesting when you're buying ships, right, is everybody has their own strategy. Everybody has their own, I'll do this instead of that, or this is my rule and this isn't my rule, right? So me having learned from the info runners, right, I learned from them, and then I also incorporated my own like common sense, right? So, you know, they have a lot of good ideas, and I think they're a really great area to start because they're going to give you like this baseline of knowledge that a lot of people just don't have. So, like, I started out from watching them, I was able to start out with a baseline of knowledge that I could just build on that was really cool. So, yeah, but one of the things I make sure that I do is that I'm thinking for myself. I'm not just thinking the way somebody else thinks, right? So although I took a lot of things that they said and I incorporated them into my thought process and made sure I could logic it out, I still have my own thoughts. I still came up with my own thinking around ships and stuff like that. So if you notice when I talk about my ships, I always talk about how interconnected they are because it's easy to just think of a single ship and be like, that's a good ship or a bad ship or whatever, right? But really, every time I purchase a ship, I'm thinking about how it fits into my fleet, not necessarily what it can do on its own. So, yeah, this, like, for instance, like people gave me a lot of crap about my score on the Freelancer Max, but you have to think about how it fits in your fleet, right? Not necessarily how it fits in my fleet. For me, if I use that ship, it would just end up being a warehouse, like a movable warehouse for gear, because I have other ships that make it less necessary. And then I also, if somebody's buying one, then I have questions. Why are you buying this instead of that? Not, oh, you shouldn't have bought that, but like I just have questions because maybe you saw something I didn't see. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, always have your own thought process about how you're going to buy ships. You can definitely take advice. I mean, even from me, like you can take advice from whoever, but always know what your North Star is and just keep heading towards that. And yeah, just make sure your logic checks out. Always check with somebody else. All right, let's get back to this chat. Ursa Rover is enough said? You mean the Nursa? Okay, got you. Do you think even for the gun blueprints will finish before or after 4.0? Even for the gun, are you talking about like FPS weapons, or are you talking about? Wait, what's going on? Hold on. 1 second. Oh, it's saying my bandwidth is struggling right now. They must be streaming in 4K, my family. It's all good. They're probably watching me, and that's what's messing up my bandwidth, but it's all good. About to get that. Well, no, they're not sponsoring me, so I'm not going to tell you, but I'm getting faster internet soon, hopefully. Even though my internet is supposed to be fast, but the company that gives me the internet is not doing it right now. But blueprints, I think real like guesses about blueprints until we know when base building is coming, because base building and blueprints I think are going to kind of go hand in hand. So if we're talking gun blueprints, I don't think we're going to get blueprints for FPS weapons or ship weapons until we get base building, because I think the same gameplay to do the manufacturing might be part of that. But they could give us a tier 0 thing. Now they said at CitizenCon that they weren't going to do any more tier 0s, but I don't know if that starts after 4.0. I don't know if that starts next year. I don't know when that starts. So I can't really tell you, when we're going to get that. But I would guess if we're getting Squadron 42 2026, 1.0 is supposed to be coming. 4.0 is supposed to be coming. I'm going to say middle of next year. I'll say after Invictus. That's when I think we'll get it. I think after Invictus. Me salad. Oh, you're talking about the Star Lancer Max? Yeah, it's a love-hate thing, isn't it? It's interesting. I love some of the things they did with it, and then other things I'm like, why? Why did you do this? But yeah, I think anybody who buys it, though, I don't think they're gonna be upset. I think, the score I gave it was pretty solid. Oh, you mean the ship weapons you get from the event? Oh, I think we're gonna be waiting a while for those. I don't know. I don't know. They might have them already finished. I would guess those might come with 4.0, because those don't require you to have the blueprint to make them, right? They could just give you those. They could just put those in your slot. And weapons are fairly easy to make. I thought you were talking about like blueprints for the weapons and like when those were coming. But yeah, okay, I get what you're saying. Oh, this is a new Rage 9608, aka Rage 1. That you changed it up? You switched it up, Rage 1? Or is that just your Twitch name? It's like the devs were going for the Odyssey look and fell asleep at the wheel on the Star Lancer. All right, question from Walker Barbin. I have a diverse fleet of solo small cruise ships that can do nearly anything. Would you prefer this or a specialized fleet of fewer ships featuring a capital like the Idris or Kraken? Ooh. Well, you said the small cruise ship can do nearly anything. I would prefer a small cruise ship that can do nearly anything. Now, if you were saying, large cruise ships, I think the better, versus would be, do I want large cruise ships that can do nearly anything or small cruise ships that can do nearly anything? Or a specialized fleet of small crew or a specialized fleet of capital class crew? But to answer your specific question that you asked, I think I would prefer, I wouldn't say solo cruise ships, but small cruise ships if it covers more range. But it depends on, if I'm talking about a specialized fleet of fewer ships, it depends on how many ships I have in that. Because I would prefer larger ships if I have like let's say, like 4 or 5 larger ships, like capital class ships, capital and subcap. If I have 4 or 5 of those, I might prefer that, because I could then earn the rest of the other ships I want. But if I have 20 smaller ships, I might rather have 20 smaller ships that cover a whole bunch of areas than having those capitals. So it depends on which ships and what is considered covering nearly everything. But yeah, I lean towards larger ships. Oh, you couldn't get rid of the old one, Rage 1? I got you. So yeah, for me, I think it's interesting. So I think I did last stream, I think I talked about all the ships that I'm going to be adding to the fleet. And the whole time I've been thinking about how many how many ships I'm adding. I'm like, how much is this cost? How much is this going to actually cost me? Because I have so many credits, but I'm also trying to play the F5 wars one time. So we'll see how it works out after, but I don't know. I don't know how much credits I'll have. But if Radium, you're saying how many? I think last stream, if I counted them up, I think it was like 9. I think we had 9. I think there was 9 ships that I'm trying to get. It's a lot. Well, there wasn't 9 ships. It was like 5 ships and then 4 vehicles. 5 ships, 4 vehicles. Well, 5 vehicles because one of them comes in the pack. So, yeah, 5 ships, 5 vehicles, and there was something else. I feel like I'm forgetting something. No, that's it. Yeah, 5 ships and 5 vehicles. I think that was it. Oh, what limited hull ship? I can answer that question, but I'm gonna let you all figure that out. In fact, let's do this. You know what? I'm gonna do that later. I have a whole thing that I'm gonna do with with having you guys guess certain things about my fleet before I reveal my fleet. So stay tuned for that. But if Radium, you've been watching my videos for a while now, so you probably have a good idea of what ship I'm getting that I don't currently own. And it requires the F5 wars, so that narrows it down a lot. What's that? Last Splash says, new to the channel. What game loops do you like to play? What's up, Last Splash? So for me, I mean, there's current gameplay versus what I want to do. In the future, I want to do science, construction. I'm going to be very heavy into base building, and that was before they announced everything at CitizenCon. But yeah, science, construction, exploration, and trading, I think, are going to be really big for me. Currently in game, I'm more combat focused. I really only, when I hop in game these days, most of the time when I'm hopping in, it's to do like the limited missions. Uh-oh, audio messing up? We got audio issues? Is that, I think we're still going. Yep, audio looks good. Let me see. See if something else is up. Hello, hello. We good? Okay, looks like we're good. All right, so yeah, so right now I like to do those limited edition missions. Oh, look, you can finally see it. Look, it's little it normally disappears, but it's my Constellation Alpha. You can see it. You can see it for once. Look at it. It changes colors. This is torpedo fire mode. This is regular. Look at that. Anyway, I'm getting heavily distracted right now. I'm trying to answer your question, but I'm easily distracted. But right now, I just do the missions when there's like a special mission or event. That's mostly what I do now. Or I'll hop into the PTU and be testing stuff. That's pretty much where I'm at now, because I'm waiting for the game to get a little bit more polished before I get back into playing live all the time. But yeah. Yeah, I think right now what I want to do, it doesn't necessarily match up with what I want to do later in the game. 20 ships that cover pretty much any loop you want to play. Yeah, that's the way to do it. If like it, well, it depends because if I could do it all over again, I probably would have like one capital ship. I mean, this is just me knowing that I would want at least one. I would have one capital ship. I'd have probably just one ship of each size, except for the two smallest sizes, because I'd probably have two snub ships and two small ships. But then I'd have one medium, one large, one subcap, and one capital, and just that would probably be it. If I was very minimalistic, I probably could get it down to 4 ships. But yeah, I'm way past that. I'm 11K spent, at least 11K as far as I know. I haven't checked it in 6 months, but I also haven't spent very much money. I did buy some stuff at CitizenCon. I didn't get my stuff yet. I don't know how long that normally takes, but I didn't get it yet. So let me know. Has anybody, did anybody go to, Rage 1, you went. Did you order anything from CitizenCon, from online and not receive it yet? It may be that you stood in line, but I did not get a chance to stand in line as long as I wanted to. Oh, you got a Pioneer too? I do as well. I can't wait to use that thing. Like that, I was so hype at CitizenCon when they were showing that. Oh, you didn't order anything online? Okay. You said bounty, trading, crafting for you. Yep. What's up, Uwu? It's weird because, so I see you, Raptor. You said 5 to 10 more I wanted to add to the fleet before calling it good. I feel like I reached a point in the game now where I do have all the ships I want, and then we had CitizenCon, and it was like there's other ships that I've kind of, well, let me clarify. I have all the ships I need, right? There's a few more that that were like, oh yeah, I'll get that, but like I'll slowly purchase those maybe over the course of the next few years. But now I'm like, oh, some of these are probably going to go up in price because of their utility. And I'm also thinking like there were ships I wasn't going to buy at all that I was going to get in game. And now I'm like, the way that the insurance system works is making me rethink all of that. Like I was not going to get these vehicles, and now I'm like, I'm not going to use a transferable warranty on these vehicles. So I would rather just own them outright. And then I think, oh, another part of this is there's certain ships like the Liberator, for instance, where I didn't particularly need it, but it's one of those ships where I'm like, I also think it's going to be really difficult to get one of those in the game. So I'm like, I probably should get one of those outside of the game, because I'm thinking about what do I want to spend my time earning in the game. And that's the biggest thing. Oh, hey everybody, dual stream if you can, both on YouTube and Twitch. Make sure you leave your comments, a few minutes apart, so I know that you're watching the stream, and then you'll qualify for our prize. YouTube gets a skin of their choice that's available on the store, and then the Twitch gets a vehicle. I think it's the CSV SM, the Argo CSV SM. That's what we're giving away. So make sure you're dual streaming if you can. But yeah, it's just interesting the way CIG can kind of shift the dynamic and make you now spend more money on ships. Because if you listen to me, I don't think anybody believed it, but I said I was done buying spaceships, and I pretty much am. Like, this will probably be my last hurrah, but at the same time, I said that I was very adamant about it last IAE. I only bought one ship, which is, if in the last 8 years, that's the only time that's ever happened. So I am very capable of just going cold turkey. You said UK mail sucks? Okay, I didn't know that. All right, Citizen Ninja says, what are your thoughts on splitting your fleet with an alt account? Which ships would you move to the alt and how many ships? Assume the alt account is for playing in a star system that's furthest away from your main account. I think, see, this is the thing. This is my idea about my alt account, right? My alt account is for a different type of playing. It's not necessarily for a secondary player in the same universe. So I think for me, I would play different with that account. So the ships that I give it would be more geared towards that. So I don't think there's no ships I can think of. Like I don't have any extraneous ships, like ships that I don't need. But I could think of some ships um, that kind of overlap, and maybe I would send those to my alt account. And once I, for instance, like I have a Liberator and a Ironclad Assault, right? But once I buy and maybe I get enough, transferable warranties to where I don't really need to have the Ironclad Assault on this account because I can purchase one in game and put a transferable warranty on that one and effectively give it lifetime insurance. So then I could take that Ironclad Assault and I could send that to my alt account, and now that one has one and I have one. And I could think of that being kind of the basis for me sending ships to my alt accounts is once I purchase one in game and I solidify its warranty for 10 years or whatever, that's when I think I'll start sending ships over. But it wouldn't really be, I don't plan on using my alt accounts very much. My alt accounts are more so to play with other people. Like, I'm going to come and get on your ship, or I'm going to play a different type of gameplay, one I'm not used to, where I don't really want to disturb my main character. After seeing SitCon, I would say it may be not confirmed, but showed they are heading in the direction of building the game I hoped. I don't agree with everything, but I can get by, which kind of narrows down which ships I'd like in my fleet for my playstyle. Flashpoint dual streaming, much appreciated. Yeah, that's kind of the thing for me. It's interesting. I don't mind grinding in the game, right? Like I don't mind grinding at all. But at the same time, I only have so much time, right? So it's not like back when you're a teenager, right? When you're a teenager, you have way less money and way more time, right? So, you can play 12 hours straight of your video game as long as your parents let you, right? I assume, right? But yeah, you can play it 12 hours straight of a video game, a 40-hour video game, and beat the whole game in a month. And then a new game doesn't even come out for a week. Or maybe you beat a smaller game or a shorter game. And then you're already trading these games in while they have full value, right? Like, oh man, I'm trying to think of it. I think it was Dragon Age, not Dragon Age. It was Dragon Age Origins. I think it was Xbox 360. I bought that game, beat that game in like 2 weeks, and then gave it back to, or sent it back in to GameStop or whatever. And then they gave me, it was probably the most money I've ever gotten for a game because I beat it so quickly. It was like, I think I got like $35 for it, which back then was, I don't know if you know GameStop. GameStop gives you like $10 for a brand new game, but they gave me like $35 for it. So I basically, and this was back when games were still $50. So this is before the $60 and $70 price raise thing. So I basically spent $15, $1 a day kind of to play that game. So yeah, but I was playing it like, I think the first day I bought it was a Friday. I stayed up like all night playing it, played it like 12 hours. Then the next day I played it like 7 hours. Then the next day, 4 hours. And then I played it like 2 or 3 hours every day going in from work and stuff like that. So I can't do that anymore. I'm not a spring chicken. I got more money than I do time. So yes, I'm gonna buy ships instead of earn them in game. Not because I don't think it will be fun, because I do look forward to earning other ships that I don't. I don't own all. There's what, 240 ships. I don't own all 240. So there's plenty of ships for me to grind for. But I'm more interested in grinding for like an Idris M, or grinding for an 890 jump. Like certain ships that I don't own that I'm like, okay, I can grind for those. And then there's smaller ships I like too that I'd rather grind for than purchase. Like I love the Saber Firebird. I know that's not like a lot of people's favorite ship, but I like stealth gameplay. So me getting a stealth ship that can just fire a volley of missiles and then dip out and then you never even know what happened, that's amazing to me. And plus I have a whole bunch of skins for it, but I can't justify purchasing that outside of the game. So that's going to be one of the ones I grind for. And that's kind of the thing that's kind of my my mindset when it comes to it. What do you want to grind for in the game? There's going to be more than ships to grind for, mind you. Reputation, blueprints, what is it? Oh man, what's the other thing? Oh, well, money, obviously. But yeah, I just think there's gonna be so much stuff to grind for that I don't have to justify my gameplay specifically based on which ships I own or don't own. There's gonna be enough to grind for everybody, I think. Yeah. I have a hard time choosing. What's up, Rotten Treats? I have a hard time choosing the Odyssey or Polaris. I think long term, the Odyssey is a better investment. Ooh, well, if you're leaning towards more combat gameplay, the Polaris is better. If you're leaning towards less combat gameplay, the Odyssey is better. It really comes down to that. I wish I could say it was more intense than that, but that's what it really comes down to. But also, do you need an Odyssey? If you already have a Carrack, you may not need the Odyssey as much. So the Polaris would be better. Do you have a Perseus? Because in that case, you may not need the Polaris as much. You know, so it depends on your fleet as well, of course. What's up, Drunken Citizen? Having some drinks, watching the stream. Much appreciated. Much appreciation to the dual streamers out there. I see you. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. The Real Drama. You like everything? Who, me? I don't like everything. You might want to go look at some more of my reviews. I definitely don't like everything. According to Ben Curtis, I talked to Ben Curtis at CitizenCon, and he wasn't upset, but he was upset because I told him I didn't like the Peregrine, the Saber Peregrine, because I thought it needed a secondary purpose. But that's just my thing, right? And so I saw him like 2 or 3 times at CitizenCon, and I was like, I mean, I didn't even bring it up the second time. He brought it up the second time. But he said he checked out my Ironclad video, and I was like, okay, what'd you think? And then he's like, I like it, but the Peregrine I kind of like too. And I was like, don't get mad. It's okay. It's okay, Ben. You do a great job most of the time. No, you guys are great. Everybody at CIG was so nice. That's one of the things that was so cool about it. I can't wait to go to the next CitizenCon. I'm going to every CitizenCon. It was just so much fun. Every single minute I was there, I was having fun. So yeah, and I just the excitement around the game, the conversations I had with people, the people that were coming up to me and saying what's up. It was just phenomenal. It was such a phenomenal experience. I know a lot of people didn't have the same experience, so you know I feel sad that you didn't have that experience, but my experience was incredible. Let's see. What's up, Hart? Yep, I am streaming again. I'm trying to get back into it. I'm trying to stream every day until IAE is over, to kind of make up for the fact that I kind of took a little break off. So look forward to some more streaming. You know, this one I'm gonna try to cut off at an hour though, just to, you know, because I'll be streaming every day. I don't think I need to do 2.5 hour streams. I know you guys. I kind of spoiled you guys with the 2.5 hour streams. Um, what else we got? I heard they plan on moving some ship components behind PVE content. What's your take? I guess I need to know more about that. Moving ship components behind PVE content, as in like you can't purchase them. You have to get the only way to get them is by playing PVE content. That makes sense. I like that. Whoa! We got a hype train? I don't even know what that is. I forgot to look it up the last time I was off stream. I don't know what it is, but it's cool. Sand Chimera with the 100 Arcane DGR. Oh, we got a hype train. I don't know what it is, but I know you just gifted a whole bunch of subs. Much appreciated, Rage One. If you guys don't know, I met Rage One while at CitizenCon. Very cool dude. I was thoroughly surprised actually at how many people knew who I was, because I know that the Star Citizen community isn't like gigantic, but you know, I think 5 million players, maybe 2 million of those people are actually active and participating. And then I'm like, the amount of people that would actually, watch my channel or whatever. And I'm like, that's still got to be in the hundreds of thousands of people. So like to me, I got like, I think I'm just pushing 7,000 subscribers. And I was like, man, like the amount of people that knew who I was and like walked up to me and were like, hey, Billionaire, I watch your it was crazy, man. I was not expecting. I thought maybe 1 or 2 people out of the whole 2 days, but like it turns out it was like closer to like 100 people that walked up to me throughout the 3 days, and that was insane. It was absolutely insane. But much appreciation to everybody who watches. I don't think I'll ever not be surprised that people watch me talk about this game because half the time I feel like I don't know what I'm talking about, but half the time I do. So pay attention to that half. Yeah, but much appreciated, Rage One. I will try to keep up the work. I don't know if it'll be great, but it will at least be good. I make no promises upon great. What else we got down here? How would I get a LTI Banu Merchantman? You can get one now. So the CCU game. So basically you would buy a cheaper ship, right now. I don't even know if the Atlas is still for sale, but like you can start at whatever price point you feel is comfortable. And then you upgrade from there. So like for instance, a good deal right now is the Crusader Intrepid, because it comes with a game package, and it's a pretty decent ship. And I think it'll end up costing more maybe down the line. And that comes with, so that you get your game package, you upgrade that ship to, let's say you upgrade that one to a Zeus Mark II or something like that. And maybe you get a $15 discount because you upgraded with cash, or whatever it is. And then you upgrade that one, and you keep upgrading all the way up until you get to your Banu Merchantman. And you try to save money along the way. If you have cash to spend, you can buy war bonds along the way as you upgrade. And that's how you get to your Banu Merchantman. Banu Merchantman is $650. So it's a long distance between the Crusader Intrepid and the Banu Merchantman, but you can do it. But the Banu Merchantman's not out, and that's the great part about it. You can keep doing the CCUs all the way until the Banu Merchantman releases. But the biggest thing is to make sure you buy that Banu Merchantman first, like that last upgrade, because that's what locks in the price of the Banu Merchantman. SCM speed on the Star Lancer makes you very sad. Yeah, if it was faster, I think it would probably be a little OP if it was faster, because that thing, I mean, it's a nice ship, but they had to lower it a little bit. And this is one of the things I think they're doing with the balancing. I think I think somewhere in CIG now, I went to CIG headquarters and I walked through it and I've seen things, but I didn't see. I don't think they had up anything that like let you know what future plans are or anything like that. But one of the things I thought was really cool about that area is it looks like it's very geared towards making the employees' lives great. And that is something you just don't see in a lot of companies. Like there were so many like recreational areas and like areas to chill and then like a nice little coffee spot and break area. And the lighting was great. It just seemed like a really cool place to work. This is CIG UK, of course. I haven't been to the Montreal office. I was in Montreal, but then I realized that the Montreal studio is not like the UK studio, where like the UK studio you can walk up and it's like the whole building. Well, they don't have the whole building, but like you can tell that they're the primary tenant in that building. Whereas I don't think the Montreal studio is like that. But that won't be my last time going to Montreal. Montreal was very fun, but it's a food city, not an event city from my experience. So I was expecting to do more. But either way, though, I went through there. I didn't see any like plans or anything, but I have a sneaking suspicion that they have like a hierarchy chart or something when it comes to ships, and it's like this one. If it has this much speed, it can't have this much armor, or if it has this much armor, it can't have this much weapons. If it has this much weapons, it can't have this much shields. If it has this much shields, it can't have like one of those kind of skill tree things that like widens based on what attributes it has. I don't know. Maybe you guys know what I'm talking about. Maybe not. But I think that's the gist of it. I think you can't have all, like if there's 12 traits that a ship can have 100 on, and if it had 100 on all of those, it would be the perfect ship. You can't have that. So like one will be a 98, one will be a 72, one will be a 64, and maybe you do have a few hundreds in there. But that's what I'm thinking is happening. We earned a hype chest. We earned a hype chest. Let me open the hype chest. I'm sharing the hype chest. I don't know what it did. Is that it? I still gotta work on my stuff. There's supposed to be all types of stuff on the stream here. Like there's supposed to be like a little thing here that like shows me what's on the chat, and then there's supposed to be like things that happen every time somebody subscribes or every time somebody follows. I'm working on it. But I had a lot of events back to back to back. December going into January, I think I'll have some time to get that all figured out. I'll hop on here with Ubo and Ray, and we'll see if we can get that figured out. ATLS is still live. Yes, you could start. You could start with the ATLS and go all the way up to that Banu Merchantman. That's a long haul, though. Anybody here get the Banu Merchantman for less than 350 bucks? Cause this guy did. You said, yeah, I've been chatting all day with other groups. Yeah, one thing about me is I definitely don't turn down opportunities to collab with people, because I think it's fun. It's so fun to get other people's opinions about this game, like just to talk to people and be in the space where you're talking about this thing that you both like. I mean, it's like any conversation. You walk if you are at a bus stop and then the person next to you sits down and they have like a Spider-Man shirt on, and then they realize you have a Spider-Man shirt on, and you're both like, did we just become best friends? You know, it's just a cool space to be in, where you could just sit and talk about this super nerdy thing and then have other people be just as interested and engaged in it as you are. And that's why I do this. Well, it's one of hundreds of reasons why I do this YouTube and Twitch thing, and fail to spend as much time with my family as I should. Anyway, no, this is fun though. I think it's a cool space to be in, especially with this game, because the community for this game is really awesome. That's one of my favorite things about the game. Oh crap! I disappeared. Oh, I think I lost my battery. I think one of my batteries died. I don't know how. Oh, I probably did have it on for a while. Let's see. Let's see. Oops. Okay. Luckily, my other battery works just fine. That battery went quick. Let's see if my video comes back the same way. We should only have a little bit more stream left anyway. Yeah, we got like 20 minutes left. Hey, I'm back. I'm back. Hey. Sorry about that. They both were connected. I have all my stuff connected to the battery, and it still managed to die on me. And the batteries were well charged, but I have been recording a lot today. So that maybe it was just that battery. I think one of these eats battery much faster than the other one, but this is why you have two batteries. I know, it's crazy when that ninja smoke goes off, right? And I'm just gone. You know, I try to make it easy for people to see me, but then, you know, you just revert back into your old ninja ways. I'm supposed to be past that stage. I'm supposed to be the visible ninja, the boss ninja, if you will, the finale ninja, So I don't know. I feel like every time I have an issue on while I'm streaming, I learn something though, so it's pretty cool. So like now I know this one takes more battery. Like I have a digital screen thing, and I know that takes way more battery than the other one. So I know if a battery's gonna go bad, it's probably gonna be that one. So I learned something every time. But yeah, I like doing. I watched Info Runners for so long that it just really made sense to include them as part of, like, you know, if I'm going to do collabs with anybody, I should do it from the people that helped me learn how to do this thing, right? But also, like, those guys are fun. Like Execute is one of those people that, like, I feel like if you're just on the outside looking in, he can seem a bit abrasive, but once you actually get to know him and you talk to him and everything, he's a very fun person. And the same thing with Algorithm. And watching those two go at it, legendary. Watching those two go at it was legendary. And I saw both of them in CitizenCon or at CitizenCon, and we hung out a lot. So it was really cool. There's stories to be told, but I only tell my stories. What's up, Matthew Ward? You did make it on, but we only got like 10 more minutes of streaming left. So get your questions in. I don't see a whole lot of questions in there, but let me know your questions before we get to the end of the stream so I could get them all out. How is my save Stanton going? It's not going. I didn't even start it. I intended to start twice, and then so I got these working. I got my oh, now they want to disappear. This thing right here. This thing here. I got, and you can't see my other one. You can almost see it. Almost. It's right here. Anyway, I got those working, but now my Razor Tartarus is acting up, and I have to get that working, and then I can play. Hopefully, I get it working tonight, or and then I can hop on tonight. It will be pretty late at night though, so yeah. But yeah, my save Stanton is not going very well because I haven't been able to get it. So yeah, there's that. But from what I heard, I'm not missing much because apparently the third mission was very buggy. So you guys let me know how your experience was going. Question from Maddie Bear. What do you think they will start working on? The science and when do you think they will start working on the science and exploration part of the game? I think they're already working on it. I think they'll introduce. I think exploration is kind of coming with base building because you need a reason to go find things, a reason to collect things, a reason to give information about things, right? So I think that's coming with base building. Where science is a little different. But I also think that's coming with base building too. Because what do you need science for if you don't have blueprints yet? You're either going to be building something, creating something, planting something, right? And so all those things are going to require blueprints, or they're going to require some type of hunting or some type of, resource collection type of thing. So I think all that stuff is coming with base building, and I think base building is coming after Invictus next year. I think it'll be coming somewhere between Invictus and between Invictus and CitizenCon. So somewhere between, what is that, May and October. That's when I think we'll get it. Because I do think they want to have base building in before the next CitizenCon, but I don't think we'll have everything that they mentioned. In this previous CitizenCon, I think we'll get maybe 50% of it, which is good enough for me, so I could get good at it. And then, yeah, because I think they focus very heavily on Squadron 42 this year, and I think now that they have a release date, it'll be a little less focused on Squadron 42. There'll still be a lot of focus on it, don't get me wrong, but it'll be a little bit less, and then they'll start talking more about 1.0, and I think we're going to get a lot of talk about Death of a Spaceman in this next one. I think medical gameplay is going to be big. And yeah, I think they're going to go into a little bit more detail about the stuff that they talked about last year. And then, yeah, I think that's where we're going anyway. I didn't log in. I didn't log in. So I did. If you sent the friend invite, I did not get it yet. But I will hop on after this and go through and check those friend invites. All right, folks, drop your final questions. We got about, I think, 5 more minutes. We got about 6 more minutes, and then we're gonna raid. Who are we gonna raid? Let's figure that out now, because last time it took me a while to figure that out. But drop your final questions before we hop off of here. But I will see you tomorrow because, again, I'm going to be streaming every day. Tomorrow is my normal stream. So tomorrow's stream you can predict because that'll be at 7:30. I think it's 7:30, 7 or 7:30. And if you think of a question after this, I will put up a post that shows where you can drop your question, and then I'll just answer it tomorrow. But let's see who we're going to raid, and then I'll answer your guys' questions. Let's see. Bam, bam. I always gotta be ready with the mute button. Let's do. I think for this one, we did a small creator yesterday. We'll probably raid a large creator today. A larger, not large, but larger. Let's see. Let's do Loken Plays today. Yeah, we can raid Loken Plays. I don't think I've raided him before. Okay. All right, what do we got? If you want to try to save Stanton and we are on, hit us up. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need help with it. I don't even know what is all in it. Like I just looked at the first mission. I'll definitely be hitting people up like, hey, are you guys doing it? ETL and spades, you're right at the end. You got a question for me before we go? Cause I gotta hop off in like 4 minutes. Question for a personal flying base, BMM or Kraken? Base? Ooh, that's a good one. Cause the BMM I think is gonna have better living conditions, and I think it's gonna be luxury. But the Kraken will be larger, so it depends. If it's just me, and or you know what? This is what I'll say. I'll say the BMM because the BMM to me is going to be. I think it's going to be one of the best ships that they ever create in the game, and I think that's why they keep pushing it back, because they know that what they're building with that is very special. So I'm going to say the BMM just because I think what that BMM ends up being is going to be one of the most unique and best ships that they ever put in the game. All right, ETL and spades. I will see you later. I will be streaming tomorrow at the regular time, and I'll drop those links. Not links, but I'll drop the things in the community post so you guys can go in and add questions in there. All right. Looks like we're ready to raid then. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. I will see you tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Otherwise, we're gonna raid Loken Plays, who I don't think I've ever raided before, but maybe I have. We'll see. Oh, did I do it right? I don't think I did it right. Oh, this is YouTube again. I did this before. This is hilarious. I always do that. I always do that. Oh, you had a question? I got you. I got you before we raid. Let's see. IAE CCU upgrades will all be on last day again or just new war bond. It'll be one new war bond every day, Panzer. It'll be at least one new war bond every day. You might get a few days where you get two. So maybe the ships, the manufacturers with larger ships. There we go. Now we're on the raid. All right, thanks everybody. Much appreciation for watching. Much appreciation to the dual streamers. And I will see you tomorrow. Let's raid.